Ian, I got to tell you, that was two good-looking guys over there talking about furniture.
Yeah, I don't know who that older gentleman was, but he was very dapper.
Oh, and the younger gentleman was a fit Atlas-looking individual. I will give him that. So that's beautiful.
Fit Atlas.
Yes, Fit Atlas. That's his new nickname.
Is it?
Yeah.
Fit Atlas?
As a matter of fact,
just one word?
Fit Atlas. Yeah. Wasn't that a game on like the PS1?
I don't know.
That's Ian's new social handle, though.
Yeah, Fit Atlas.
Welcome back to the Ultimate Land, Water, and RV Show. What's happening? How you feels? Chris Young joined by my buddy Ian Baker. We got Bryce Jergy from the Jergies and my friends Nate and Rachel from Two Traveling Dogs. I heard what you said earlier. We're going to talk about that later. So
That's why you didn't give me a microphone.
this is why I didn't give you a microphone. So we have so many people that are experiencing the RV lifestyle, and they're, wondering so many things about it, from traveling with pets to traveling with kids to, what essentials do you need for boondocking? What essentials do you need for just weekend traveling? But a lot of them see what you guys do, and they see that you've been full-time. They see that you've been full-time, that you are full-time, and they want to know whether you have kids or not, whether you have a job or not, how do you stay connected and keep going on the road? Sure, a lot of RVing is about disconnecting and reconnecting with the family. But at some point, you probably do need to get some work done to pay for the lifestyle. So I know I brought the experts up here, and I got Ian up here with me as well because he's an expert. Like I said, been around the block more times than the postman when it comes to everything RVs, and I love it. Are you guys okay talking about maybe dropping some secrets on how to stay connected on the road?
Yeah.
Okay. Bryce? So, Bryce, we're going to start with you.
Okay.
Do you work like a full-time job on the road, or do you guys just full-time RV?
Full-time work while we're full-time RV as well.
Tell me a little bit about the work.
We're really grateful for the point where we are right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I was at an agency 4 years ago, just 3. So we've been doing this, almost about 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And Nelly worked at a law firm, but when we left, we started a YouTube channel.
Right.
And we were documenting, this is a year before we got the RV, we were documenting just our weekend trips, weekend camping. And so I love we had a segment on that too, because it's an introductory into this,
Yes, yeah.
Uploading videos. I was learning how to record film and video and do photography. And then we just started reaching out to companies, and it slowly built. We were creating content for them, and then our YouTube channel grew, and affiliate links. And so, I could ramble. I'll try not to, but
it's fine. Yeah.
Basically, we've got a balance now where we'll go to a destination and we will use it for twofold. First, our family, we want to make great experience and memories for us. We want to connect and bond and have something unique happen there that didn't happen in other places, so we remember it, and it's a building experience for our girls. And then twofold is to then create content for brands that we're partnered with, for tourism boards, and then just for our viewers to show them, here's what you can do in this area. We did a 50-state tour for that purpose, to show there's no excuse. There's literally something within a drive of everyone in the United States that's super fun. And here's a video to prove in everyone. So
I love that.
Yeah, I love it because you're mixing in the experiences with the family, the vacation aspect, and getting the work done on the road. Now, Nate and Rachel, I love the blogs about the dogs. And I get the feel you guys kind of have the same flow. You're using the travel and the experiences to help create the content, right?
Exactly. We didn't start out that way. We started the blog in 2011 just to show how to move with dogs. And then once the dogs got 1 million followers on Facebook, we decided to do something good with that. And so that's when we went to all the lower 48 states and visited 48 animal shelters. But, we have to share animals in need across the country. So we do rely, on having a connection. And we also do writing, and we also feel very grateful to be where we are right now, where we can, create fun things to show people what a great life that you can have with your dog traveling.
Right. I mean, Nate, you guys have been doing this for how long now?
5 years.
5 years.
Yeah, 5 solid long years. No, it's great. Yeah, we're, just as she said, and just as Bryce said, we're thankful. Everybody who is able to work on the road in full-time RV is thankful. I talk to people all the time, and it is just I've always heard the word blessing. Well, that's what we got, man. It's just It's just a wonderful thing. And we're thankful for all the people that follow us. We're thankful for all the people that follow the Jergies, because again, what we've found is these communities, these are great people, and that's what they create for themselves. We give them some content to hopefully enjoy themselves and give them content to hopefully make them think. In our case, it's about animal rescue, but it's really those people that create these communities. So we're thankful to them.
That's beautiful. And I wanted you guys both to kind of explain that and explain how you do your thing and why you do your thing, because a lot of people who are discovering the RV lifestyle might not even know that there's an opportunity to create content just by creating the memories. Yeah, no, go ahead.
When our first, because we created our YouTube channel and it was like a fun thing. Long story short, the goal was to motivate people to get out and create memories with their loved ones.
Right.
And our first YouTube video on our channel explains why, but we had a health scare and different things. But when we spent about 2 months uploading videos, and I was getting excited. I got like 300 views and a few likes, and they were all my family and friends and Nelly's family. And Nelly just goes, "That's not good enough. Like, people aren't getting out." And so we just said, well, then we should go out and show them. And we thought we'd have to keep saving up and then take these breaks and create and then come back and share the content and then keep working and saving and then going. But thankfully, we've been able to, because now in 2021, the data and service and cell phone towers, like, you can find a way to create income and be wherever as you provide value online for others in some form or fashion.
Yes, thank you for making that point, because you're absolutely right. I think, and Big Dog, you know this more than anybody. Whenever we get a chance to go talk to people at the campgrounds, even talk to people at the dealerships, the families that come, they want to do something. They might not know what it is they want to do. They know they just want to do something.
Yeah.
And they don't realize that just by RVing, you can create something that will motivate other people to do it.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, now to do that, you got to have a little bit of help from modern technology and from connection. So, the Wi-Fi's. Yeah, the wifey's got to have the Wi-Fi. That's what she always says when we hop in. So, what products do you use to get internet on the road, and how accessible is it? I hear you laughing over here, Nate. We're going to be there in a second. Hang on. Bryce, tell me, when you are traveling, I mean, because you're uploading videos. That's a heavy flow.
Big bandwidth.
Yeah. What do you use?
We've circulated through a few things. Recently, a lot of it even just hotspot on our phones, and then we'll plan it out, because yes, you can make it more cushy where there's different things out there with like 800 gigs that you can use a month and different tethering devices for that. But if we know we're uploading a lot, we'll go to a resort that we know, a RV park that has decent Wi-Fi at least, and then we'll set that to upload while we sleep.
Okay.
But then during the day while we travel, we have, I think between the few of us, 60 plus gigs that we can hotspot, and with super fast speeds, and then it tethers after that, unlimited. And so that's worked great for us.
Now, Bryce, for the parks that you guys go to, say, you know they have fast internet. Is that from experience from being there? Is that from talking with others, reading forums?
Yeah. Yes, to all that. Either experience, and then even like there's the whole RV community is awesome, as Nate was saying, and Rachel, and there's groups on Facebook that talk about these RV parks. There's Good Sam Network, right? Yep. You can look on there, and obviously there's a standard there to be a Good Sam park, and so that's helpful.
Awesome.
Nate and Rachel, what about you guys?
We've used aluminum foil on our phones. I've stood on
to cover Nate's head, or to like help out with.
Yeah, I want to hear that story
with the antenna.
No, I maybe in one of your videos, I don't know, but it was about how to amplify your signal with some tinfoil. It didn't work, but then I constructed a helmet.
Yes.
I did construct a helmet. This has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I made a helmet one time out of tinfoil just to kind of wear around the campground to be ridiculous. And I got the idea that maybe that could help with my cell signal,
Okay.
And I laid the phone on top, and it didn't do anything.
There you go.
For us though, it's similar. We use a hotspot. I mean, that's what we use. We have found that for us in a lot of parks, they can say that they have fast internet and Wi-Fi. The problem is of course, when you get a lot of people in the park, and and they're all using it up, it can be a problem. We have a Wi-Fi booster within the Pinnacle. So we're able to use that, but in reality for us, it's always, the hotspot. In places that we cannot get much of a signal, we do some strange things. I'm not saying that this has any scientific backing, but I mean, we've done everything from lay it on the picnic table on the bolt that holds the boards on top.
Yes.
And you twist it a certain way, all of a sudden, boom, we got a bar,
Okay.
And we'll do that. Sometimes we'll go up to the top of a mountain and we will do the walk around, like we're trying to, contact outer space. And sometimes that works.
What,
So
contacting outer space or getting...
Yes. Your mom called.
Oh,
No, I shouldn't say that. That was wrong because now I feel bad for your mom. That's not right. It's not right. But no, I mean, we use we'll try everything. Sometimes putting it in different parts of the unit. And I know these all sound strange, but when you have to have a signal, you've got to have a signal.
Yeah.
It's true. That reminds me, sorry. One time we were in Zion National Park and had a work call we had to do. Earlier that day, we went up Angel's Landing. And for those who've done that, beautiful, especially if you go the right time of year. And we were up and I was like, hey, I have signal up here. That's awesome. And we had, I don't know, an hour to get back down. And as we're coming back down, we got about halfway and no signal at all. And there was a crowd there. So it was kind of a bottleneck situation. I just turned to Nelly and I was like, I think I got to go back up top. So I went up top and had a conference call at the top of Angel's Landing.
Wow.
And
kind of cool though.
Yeah. There was a part of me at first like, I got to go back up. And as I'm sitting there on the call, she's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
You couldn't do this years ago. And in some ways, for people that are worried, like, I got to have connectivity, you will find ways to make it work. And everyone understands that it's like you have an extra excuse to be like, hey, I won't have service these next few days. There's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
I'll do my best, but it might take me a day or two to get back on something, and it still works out in the worst case scenarios. But for the most part, just go back up the peak and you'll get service.
Right. I mean, so many people have moved to remote positions now, but because of everything that happened.
One of the blessings, right?
It is. It really is. And Ian, a lot of the RVs that are coming out now come pre-wired with the extenders, right?
Absolutely, yeah. So for those people that may not have a hotspot on their phone, or another device. Like you said, a lot of them have them built right in. They're pre-wired. Now, those most of them, pretty much all of them do still require some kind of cellular plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's an option. I mean, absolutely.
We didn't have that on our first RV that we got, but now with the one we have, the Toy Hauler from Camping World has that. And so we just had that a few months, right? And so we're actually getting that set up because I'm stoked about that.
Yeah.
When I saw on the ceiling, it's like,
use it yet?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
So we're going to, because we're doing a renovation on our rig too, right? And so as we finish that renovation, but seeing the Wi-Fi boosters even on both ends and then on top of the WindGuard up there, it's like we're excited. Yeah, WindGuard. We're excited to use that.
I'm super stoked. I gotta say something that we just got, and I'm usually not excited about any type of technology, but we did get a portable cell phone signal booster, and it's portable because we do a lot of hiking with the dogs. And we're out in places, just like what you were talking about, having to go back up. And we got it from Camping World. It's a portable one, so really compact. You can take it with you. You can use it on the RV, obviously.
Right.
You can put it in your tow vehicle, whatever the case may be, but you can also take it on trails, hikes, and things like that.
That's
Boost
cool.
your signal. You can get it. We haven't tested it out yet, but it's somewhere around supposedly 75% stronger signel. And that means everything. You know?
You remember what that one's called?
It's the King. Yeah, it's made by King.
Okay.
Sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The King portable.
Portable.
Cellular signal booster. Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, Mr. Product Specialist.
You can even plug that in to one of those, like the EcoFlow solar panels.
Yep.
Like one of the 6 watts, or if you want to charge your cell phone or stuff like that, like the 10 watts, so 100 watts, whatever. You can plug that in to the solar panels. It'll run that and also charge your cell phone too while you're up here on top of the mountain.
That's awesome.
You are from another planet with that advanced technology.
Look, man, why do you think I was wearing the little aluminum hat? I wanted some peace and quiet.
It's true.
From all the noise coming out of the solar system.
That electric world, there's a lot of cool products.
Man, electric worlds, the
I'm stoked
of
for that.
recreation. Yeah, that is real. It's and recreation can be working on the road as well. and staying connected on the road. So it's nice to know that, there are some options out there. I love the idea of the hotspot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably the good fallback. But if you are looking for some products, there are some great ones at your local Camping World and Gander that will help you stay connected and get connected while on the road. Internet at the campgrounds.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that. You had touched on it just a minute. You touched on it just a minute ago that, it's if there are a lot of people there, it is going to throttle a little bit. But Rach, lay it on me.
Well, I write every single day,
Yeah.
and I have to have at least in some point in the day, I have to be able to upload. During the week, it's a lot easier because there's less people there.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to do most of my work during the week so that I know that the signal is going to be stronger. Make sure you get a password from
Right.
Campground
Right?
when you check in. And sometimes they have their own individual rules. So they'll say, don't be streaming videos or don't be doing this or don't be doing that. They have their own rules. But you can figure out ways to be able to, even if you can only use it for some of the time, that way you don't take up all of your hotspot, data at once. I like to stagger and try to use it when I can.
Okay. Nate?
Yeah, and also I will say that a lot of campgrounds now, they've recognized the need, and they're trying to do something about it.
Yes.
A lot have upgraded. A lot of them as well will have more of a premium service that you can pay for.
Right.
And if you're working, necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
do it. So a
When
few
they have
bucks, and that will usually get you to where you need to be
Right.
if they have one that you need to purchase for the week.
Do they have hardwired as well that you know of? Or is it like all Wi-Fi?
I'm sure they do. Our experience has just been Wi-Fi.
Same.
Yeah.
Same.
Have you guys been to one where they have like kind of boosters?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
We actually parked right next to one.
we
Nice.
do. Yeah, we look
intentionally.
for
So
them.
like these are open. I saw it and I'm on the tree and I'm like,
Yeah,
That's right.
they're like beacons of hope. You're like, I hope I got internet. But yeah, we really try to find those. And like I said, when we first started, we just bought a Wi-Fi booster that you could put right in the window. You just kind of plug it on the window,
Right.
and you do have to move those around as well.
Yeah.
If
Well,
if the signal's coming over there.
antennas. Yeah, she'll have the
Yeah.
green leaf antennas. You got to move those
you
around.
got to move them around. So it's trial and error that you have to work with.
Right. So Bryce, what about you? Have you found? I mean, obviously, some campgrounds are going to be better than others. But are there any that stand out in your mind that have you've been, wow, the internet here at this place was super awesome?
I was trying to think of the name. It was the one we were at this last month where we parked right next to the
Yeah,
signal.
like right next to the booster.
It was great, but then on the weekends I didn't know because I was working. This RV that we have now has 4 TVs, and we haven't had our other one had 0. So we have a TV on the outdoor kitchen, the bedroom, in the garage, and the living room. We're like, that's excessive, but it's nice though. Like
It is nice.
I was grilling, the jazz were playing, so I got to experience that, and that moment was like already worth it. And then in the inside now we have we'll do like a movie night,
Right.
but no problem at all. And then on the weekends it didn't work, and I mean it did, but it would you'd see the spin thing for a while,
Sure.
and then it played that maybe 3 times throughout the movie.
Still not bad.
Yeah, still not bad.
Still not
And that's the thing is like, I don't know. It's funny how when you're at home, if it's like taking a while to upload, you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
But then when you're, I don't know, everything's just, I'm more easygoing, and you find a way to make it work, and you realize, you know what? We actually have exactly what we need.
And somehow movie night is like 3 times as special.
Yeah, it is. It really is. And then just for people that are wondering, it's not like we barely use the internet. Our job is uploading 1 to 5 gig videos, throughout the week. And
That's heavy.
so yeah, we just plan, and then we're downloading and sending stuff to editors and uploading to different online storages. And so you just plan accordingly, like set it to upload. We go to sleep, you work around it.
Nice. Do you guys have a favorite campground for internet, or one that you know of that was like, wow?
Some of the state parks actually that we have been to, just most recently in Arkansas, you could pay to use the service and it worked fine. But I used to panic at first when we had no signal. I thought, what am I going to do? I have to have a signal.
Right.
But over 5 years of it happening numerous times, I've just learned, okay, we're going to have to, worst case scenario, what do I have to do? And as we're driving into the campground or into the park, I'll say, when was the last time I could get a cell signal? I'll watch it as we get closer and closer. We've even had to leave in the middle of the night sometimes to upload a video, and went to a coffee shop and sat in the parking lot at, 1 o'clock in the morning trying to upload something. You just do what you got to do.
It's dedication. I like it.
That is dedication. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the best place I ever camped at as far as the internet was Grandma's house.
Okay.
Right there, she had it wasn't my grandmother's house. I don't know whose grandmother it was, but she had great internet. But I mean, we have had those experiences, and just like she says, it's terrible, but it's not. Well, like you say, you get that ball of death thing spinning, and you know that you got to do something different. And we've been out in the middle of nowhere. We needed something uploaded. I literally drove one time 3 hours to get a signal.
Wow.
One of the best drives I ever had in my life. Driving 3 o'clock in the morning through the desert, it was magical.
That's cool.
It was really
That's an
magical.
experience.
Yeah, that's the whole
That's
point.
an experience.
The times that we've talked about where it's like her and I will, in the middle of the night, go drive up, to the top of the mountain and, see a stream going down. Well, I'm watching it while she's working. She probably doesn't remember anything about it, but I'm like, well, this is beautiful. I wish you could see it. But it's like, those are the things. It's like you're working, but you're working in an environment, just as you said, Bryce, where it's like, yeah, you're having a conference call, you're having a meeting, but it's like no meeting no one else could have. And it makes all of the effort worth it. And just as we've been talking about, I'm just going to reiterate, you will make it work.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Have you guys heard of Wi-Fi on steroids?
I haven't.
You haven't?
No.
Is that a booster?
It's a booster that you can find. Yeah, there's got the guy with the big signal.
Yeah.
It's a signal booster, which we have at Camping World in Gander.
Oh, wow.
Works phenomenal.
I was looking at that online and was like, okay, I think I'm going to try it because all the reviews said it worked.
Yeah.
I thought it was something
the logo of the...
It's got to get, it looks like Ian.
It's simple. You just plug it in and it links and boosts it.
Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi. Oh, no. Yeah, no, Lord. If we had Wi-Fi on steroids, we wouldn't be here. It's a beautiful thing. But no, there are certain products out there that will help.
Right,
and,
right.
Getting the wine guard or getting something that will like auto-locate and help lock onto a signal, as well as a service plan, is something that if you do need to stay connected on the road and do need to get out there with that heavy duty, that's one that for me, I think is essential. Or if you say, well, we got 4 kids, 4 TVs, I want them watching something different on each TV. And it's going to be streaming. You can plug in, whatever the little sticks are. And, well, you're probably going to need the heavy duty wine guard, and you're going to probably need a heavy duty Wi-Fi on steroids to really boost that signal.
Yeah, well, we'll get that. You can check on our channel. We'll review it.
Check it out. And then, let us know what you think about it. Now, with internet comes entertainment. So a lot of people streaming services, this, that, and the other thing. But what about the other side of entertainment, antenna, satellite, and cable when you're on the road? How does that work for you guys?
Okay, so, I'm just like Bryce. Our first unit, for 4.5 years, when we first got it, was used. Great Class A motorhome. We loved it. I took the TVs out. It's the first thing I did. I'm like, we're going full time. I've got 2 TVs in here. These things are gigantic, and I need a place to put my wine. So I took out the TVs, and I took those out.
I'm here for this.
And we used them for storage, that space. So we did not watch TV. Everything that we watched would be on like an iPad or on like our phones and those things. Now that we have, the Fiverr, it has 3 TVs, and I think that's excessive. We've watched one of them. And so for the first time in, almost 5 years, a few weeks ago, we pulled into a place that had cable, and she wanted to, she wanted to watch her, Bachelorette and the Kardashians on, all that type of stuff.
Well, yeah, you got to keep up with them. Okay.
You do.
I see what you did there.
And she loves that type of TV. That's cool. That's entertainment, just like you say.
Yeah.
And it's I don't knock people anymore for watching TV. I used to sit there and go, "You're out in nature, man. Stop that." And then I realized I had just yelled at somebody who I didn't know. But it's like, it's entertainment for them. It's something that enhances their experience.
Right.
Cool.
Local news, stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's like, it's awesome. A lot of parks now have where you just, plug in your cable.
Mm-hmm.
Our other motorhome did have satellite. Again, I never turned it on. But with this unit, it has a nice aerial antenna where we are able to pick up local channels. And I got to tell you, I didn't even know you could do that, And I started scanning through.
Well, most new models come with the antenna built in.
Yeah. And it's cool because they're 360 and you don't have to raise them up or lower them down. You just fire it up and roll.
Yeah, I accidentally found that out about ours. We turn the TV on, and it was in the bedroom one. And there's no. Our living room one has like it came with an Amazon Fire Stick. It's behind the cabinet, right?
Same. Yeah.
I didn't ever have to open it up and check. It just works. So that's cool. Props to that.
Very similar. Ours, it was like I didn't know that was an option. I thought I had to hook up cable, and I just turned on the TV, and all of a sudden, there he was, Chris Young for Camping World.
It's just a rolling.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh God.
Yeah. Well, what you don't know is because I want to haunt your dreams. We every vehicle you go to, every campground you go to, we've preloaded all that.
Preloaded it. Preloaded it.
Videos of Ian and I just doing different stuff.
Ian, I'm cool with. Ian, I'm cool with. I turn you on in case I've gotten any bugs in from leaving the door open.
Oh yeah,
they run right out.
Look, if you want the neighbors gone, if somebody's spending too much time in your camper, just cut on one of my videos. Next thing you know,
you know what? I gotta tell you something. This has got nothing to do with anything. I make fun of you, man.
Yeah.
But I love you, Chris Young.
Love you, man. Yeah,
I love you
too, man.
I love you, Chris.
But a lot of campgrounds have. Love you, man. A lot of campgrounds have. Love you, man.
Thank you.
Cable hookups, and they also. Go ahead.
It works really well. Yeah, it's clear, and that's what it meant. We turned the TV on, and there was a clear channel coming through. It was like, we have TV too, besides just internet.
And regular over the air stuff. Which is HD now.
Yeah.
So it's it's kind of nice to have.
Yeah.
Have you guys experienced any of the satellite dishes yet? Like the Tailgaters, the Playmakers, the Playmaker Pros. Have you guys picked up any of those?
I haven't. But what I do to the campgrounds is everybody in the campground loves to talk about it, and it's cool because you learn a lot. Bryce, you talked about this on some of the segments about getting information from people, and I feel like I could just go pick one up now and use it. And no, they love them, and from everything that I've ever seen, they work really well.
Yeah.
I like how some of them are even some of the dishes they got now are even in the shape of Star Wars helmets, like Darth Vader. You ever seen that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Stormtroopers and stuff like that.
They'll grab onto the signal. They got 360 on them. Just mount them on the roof. I mean, obviously you got to have a special plan. For some of them. Some of them have, the receivers that you can use both at home and in your RV.
Right.
But there's just run the gamut of what you want to get as far as service plans, but there are options out there for it.
And I just think, again, that shows you where we're at anymore with RVing and camping in general, that, whatever you like to do, it's not like you're roughing it anymore. You
can be as bougie as you want.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, there's no word I'd rather hear than the word bougie.
Right.
I don't know.
See, and you can keep up with the Kardashians while you're out there.
Yeah. I mean, we found that not every product is going to work everywhere, too. So, not every product is going to work in the mountains as it does on the beach. So it's find where you like to go and see what product fits in best for you.
Right. And at the end of the day, if you got to get out and talk to each other, you're in a beautiful spot to do it.
That's right.
I mean,
true. Because you climbed a mountain to find cell signal.
That's right.
Yeah, it's funny. There's programs out there like Wi-Fi routers that have programs built in them that a parent can throttle, so their kid gaming experience lags, and then they get frustrated and they decide to stop playing. It's funny that you have to pay for that. You can just go in the outdoors and let it naturally happen, and then they can chill out and let nature stimulate them.
Right.
Better,
Yeah, I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because that is one of the things about camping. Like I have kids, and it's crazy sometimes with you have electronics and kind of some of the things that we talk about staying connected, and sometimes it just is better to just disconnect. My 5 now 6-year-old. Happy birthday again. So
happy birthday.
Thank you. after having a tablet for a certain amount of time, like she just wants a tablet. She just wants a tablet. She just wants a tablet. But then we go out camping and she's playing in the woods and she's playing with sticks and, talking about the clouds and just kind of living life and getting away from that. And sometimes I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, dude, I'm right there with you. My 12-year-old who, he's on the spectrum and he gets just attached to that tablet. And sometimes it becomes a vice for him to where, he's not comfortable unless he has it. But we will actually, when we go somewhere camping, I will buffer like something on Netflix for him,
Right.
To get it to where hopefully it'll be able to go all the way. And I'll make it a reward. You got to go out, you got to play, you got to go see what those kids are doing over by the picnic table. You got to play land over here, go down the water slide, whatever. And your reward of playing after an hour will be while we get ready for dinner, you guys can watch this movie.
Because by that time it finally buffered.
Yeah, by that time, hopefully it's done.
The ball of death.
Yeah. I'm going to start following Bryce's suggestion, though, of finding the little, look for the 2 antennas coming off the gray box and try to park near there. That's pretty
helps.
smart.
That is a pro tip.
Yeah.
I like that one.
But I just echo that. Your kids need to know it's okay to disconnect and it's healthy. They need to know that they don't have to know what everyone else in their school is doing that afternoon and what they're gossiping about. Like it becomes this necessity now where it's like, well, what are they doing? What are they doing? And they don't live anymore on their own. And you need that too. Our job is literally being connected on social media, which never sleeps. And we realized about 2 years in, it was like, we are burnt out if we don't balance. It is not good.
Yeah.
And so you have to learn it's okay to disconnect. And if I come back and you didn't hear about so-and-so, I didn't.
Yeah,
and I'm okay.
Yeah, exactly. But guess what? I didn't hear about it, but you can tell me about it now.
Tell me now.
Yeah,
And now we have a conversation to talk about.
We have another question that came in. Does the type of RV matter when you're trying to stay connected on the road?
Yes, in many ways it does because of the equipment either in it or not. But even if you don't have, as we've talked about, you can retrofit anything into these.
Right.
I will say that construction of a unit can make a difference on the type of signal that you're getting. It's no different. I mean, you could live on a street and your neighbor may get, a certain amount of signal. You go into your house and you've got nothing. And a lot of that does have to do with construction materials and everything else. And, as Ian especially will attest to, I mean, these things are made out of every different, substance. And sometimes you'll find that your unit may have a more difficult time than, somebody who's parked right next to you with the same service plan. So more than anything else, I would say, though, it's where you're parked.
Yep.
Okay.
It's where you're parked.
Right.
So, if you're going to make a reservation somewhere and you can actually go visit the park or something, it's a great idea to do because you do the old drive-by and you've got the phone, and just like she says, you see where you're getting a signal and where you're not. And then you can kind of make those reservations accordingly.
That's a very smart tip. Pre-drive by the campground.
Yeah, and to Nate's point, when we talk a little bit about construction, I mean, if you look at some manufacturers like Keystone, right, utilizing like Key TV.
Yes,
So there are some differences there, instead of having to mess with all the wiring and cable, you just plug it into one, and now it's at every TV you have. When you look at motorhomes and you talk about satellite, then you have the possibility of doing like an in-motion satellite so you can have it while driving.
While driving down the road, yep.
Right, so when you talk about the RV, I would say that there are some differences based upon the type as well as the brand and again, the construction.
Right. Bryce, any input on that from your guys' perspective?
Times are catching up, the RV parks are upgrading. Even cell phones and towers and everything are catching up too. So I just don't want anyone to like hold the brakes for 6 months while they're researching, which unit's going to be the best now for the Wi-Fi signal. Yes, that plays into it, but like Nate said earlier, you will make it work. Yeah. So find the one I think that you're most balanced in when you're living in it and is healthy in that way, and you'll find ways to make it work.
You can also work outside.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. What I do.
That's the best desk, right?
I work outside every single day. My office is wherever we are at, and that's where I get the best signal. And I find that I work more intentionally. I get distracted a lot, and I write, and I'm looking at this on my phone. I'm looking at this on the computer, and then I'm trying to write. If I don't have that great of a signal, then I'll write and then I'll upload, so it's like I find that I actually get more done that way, but outside is key for me.
You know, I'm so glad you brought that up because my next question was going to be, what's the best part about working on the road?
Yeah, it's locations as we've talked about. I mean, it's locations. I mean, we work all the time. I mean, we also do, social media consulting as well. So we just work, but we're not working.
Right.
Because just like you were talking about, like, Angel Trail and all of those type of things, we were in Grand Canyon, working for a couple of weeks. We were on the coast of California working. We were in a vineyard working. So yes, we were working.
People put that in the background on their Zoom call.
Yes.
You're actually there.
That's exactly right. And as she attested to, I mean, she loves to work outside. I tend to work more in the air conditioning. I don't know why. But,
but you have the option of going from the air conditioning to outside. Whereas if you're stuck in an office, you don't get this light.
No.
You don't get this air.
No. And when she said
those nasty lights in the nasty in-office air.
And the reason she works outside because she's easily distracted. I mean, you can
squirrel.
You can see why she's easily distracted. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, what, you got something on your face? Oh, okay. Yeah.
My favorite thing is telling my dogs it's time to go to work. So we get up in the morning, we take a hike, we feed them breakfast, and then it's time to work. So as soon as I say it's time to go to work, they go outside. They get on their dog beds. It's their job.
Oh,
they help me work.
Aww.
Yeah.
Well, and,
so good.
And I think with the pandemic too, I think a lot of people can relate to working outside. Like I know, I for one was doing a lot of work at home, and it was just so refreshing to be able to get out, just even sit on my back deck, and just be outside and work outside.
So imagine being able to do that
in a place like this.
In a place like this, or hey, this week the kids are learning about the Liberty Bell. Let's take them up to Philadelphia.
Yes.
I mean, being able to do stuff like that. Bryce, what's your favorite part about working outdoors?
It's intentional. We are living in our why. We work so that we can live. I mean, we work so we can live. We don't live so we can work.
Right.
And so a lot of times it's just you're in a setting that reminds you of why you're doing it, and so it becomes more intentional. And I'll be honest, there's still times where Nelly needs to be like, "Hey, Bryce, can we go now play with the girls?" Because again, our job, social media, doesn't sleep.
Right.
And when one thing works, I just want to pour into it more. And when we help out more people, I want to help out even more. And we have another course we're about to finish, sharing exactly how we got to this point, so others can if they want. So I'm diving into that. But Nelly reminds me, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll go and play with the girls, and I'm fulfilled, and I'm at my mental peak, and then I can go work. It's like versus a long 8-hour shift where you're kind of there, mostly there. Mm-hmm. Thinking about not working while you're working. It's just very intentional and more saturated in those moments.
I love it.
Yeah, without a doubt. And I want to stress the fact too that the people that have been up here with us, Soulful RV, Follow Your Detour, the Jergies, and ourselves. It's like the people that do follow us. We talked about losing cell signals and things like that. They're patient. They're patient, and it's like a lot of times we don't respond to people for like 2 days because, the locations that we're at. But, the important thing that I want to tell people is even if you don't have a job, like what we're talking about. Sure. And we understand that, as you've talked about, some people just work remotely. Maybe they're, whatever the case may be, whatever their job is, it can work. You just have to make sure that you plan and adapt yourself accordingly. We're in a position where, yes, if we go hiking out into the woods and we're gone 8 hours and don't have a cell signal, people will understand. But if you're not in that position and you're doing a job that is ultra important, that you are connected, you are going to have to make some sacrifices in that way, making sure that you are at a park that does have good internet and those type of things. So, I want to make sure that people understand not everywhere you go is it going to work perfect. Yeah. So make sure that you are prepared and that you're not shirking your responsibilities. You like
Right.
that word, shirk?
I do like that.
Okay.
And, you know, but
I don't know what I mean.
to that point and to the point that Bryce made, wouldn't it be a good gut check of what's running what to actually try it if you're working remote?
Yes.
Try the RV lifestyle, because is the job running you or are you running the job?
Yes.
How important is that connectivity at the end of the day? Because connectivity to me, sure, it means having the internet. Sure, it means having entertainment for the kids.
Yep.
But more importantly than that, it's connecting with the things that are going to keep you going at that job. Nature, the family, oxygen, sunlight,
Yeah.
vitamin D. I mean,
Right.
wouldn't that kind of be like a good gut check at the end of the day as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Yep.
mean, like you said, I think, and Chris, I know you hit it on it all the time. You know, and I know that, you know, this is about, like you say, staying connected on the road. But for me, when you talk about connection, it is about connection with family and loved ones. And that for me has always been one of the, you know, best parts of RVing in general. And Nate, and I know you and I talked about it earlier. You know, some of the best childhood memories are from camping.
Yes,
you know,
absolutely.
I promise you that my 6-year-old will not remember, you know, whatever cartoon that she may have watched that day.
Right.
But she will remember the trips that we've taken. You know, she will remember, you know, the first time that, you know, even setting up a tent.
Mhm.
You know, I mean, we've gone RVing before, and even tent camping. She was so excited to set up a tent in the backyard. You know, 'cause it was a new experience.
It's different. Yeah.
You know, and that is something that she will remember for the rest of her life, and seeing different campgrounds and taking these trips.
Mhm.
You know, it really is that connection, reconnecting with the family, getting away from some of those electronics. Sometimes it's a different kind of connection.
Yes, it is.
But it
yeah.
really is staying connected while you're on the road.
My dad always tells me, don't focus on just one definition of the word. Focus on all definitions of that word.
There you go.
So
love that.
that kind of falls into the mold. So that aside, y'all give me some more tips, because this has been great. This has been a good conversation of how to do it, how to overcome some of those challenges. If somebody needs one more good tip,
Especially if they're new.
yeah,
right?
especially if they're brand spanking new, they're looking to get in this, but there's some trepidation there. Hey, well, I actually do need, because I got reports I have to do. Give them some love, give them some help. Rachel.
You're going to do your best work on the road, whether you have a connection or not. You're going to be inspired
I
to
love
be your best self. You're going to meet new wildlife at every campground. That's going to teach you something. You're going to notice something while you're working.
Is that how you
It's
met Nate?
perfect.
The wildlife? No. Continue. Yeah. No.
I write, and I have to be inspired to do that. And I don't know of any other way that I could be. I'm constantly learning something about whatever area that we're in. It gives me something to write about. It gives my dogs purpose and something to live for. And I just feel like I do better work, and I'm a better version of myself on the road.
On the road. I love it. Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would give. I think the best tip is to up your cell phone plan to the ultimate.
Okay.
I mean, go
Get that hot spot.
Get that high spot. Say, you know what? I'd like to talk to somebody, maybe the president of this corporation, and see if I can get, because you want it
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Does he?
He has a cellular company. Yeah.
Does he?
Yeah. He's got a mobile company. Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Does it have anything?
He's
to do
also,
with
I get confused for him all the time when I'm out in public.
Oof, you know what? I figured that
That dapper gentleman in the video from earlier. I thought it was Ryan Reynolds. Turns out it was just you.
all the time.
the only person actually that doesn't need a cell phone signal is you. Probably Camping World wants you to lose connectivity so
of the
that you
time.
have no access.
Most of the time.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is literally a satellite dish right here.
I believe it.
That
Plate.
Instead of the forehead, I got the 789 head.
Eh.
Yeah. I'm getting all types of signals. I get ESPN free up there.
I'm tell you, it looks like you got the Chris Young moisturizer on. Makes you look like a
it's-
grease spot.
It's a little warm.
I put it
out
on,
here.
and you see what happened to me.
Yeah, it's a little war room out
It's
here.
got nothing to do with that. But yeah, cell phone coverage, up your plan and up it again. And that's the best, tip I could give, other than just like Rachel says, man, get out there, get inspired.
Yeah.
Get inspired. And I
Let
don't
it
care if
inspire.
you're doing something that you don't think needs inspiration.
Right.
You do.
You do.
You will do a better job. Inspire yourself.
Bryce Jergy. Somebody said, hey, man, I'm thinking about RVing for the first time. I need to do some work on the road. What tip can you give me?
For being connected. Yeah, I agree with that. Echoing that, up the plan, and it's worth it. Like, this will cost this much installment fee and then the monthly fee. It's worth it, because you're getting something that instead of being under a fluorescent light in an enclosed building, working, you're outdoors. They say like a desk job, it can be a really unhealthy job, right? Because you're sitting lethargic. It's really bad.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
a desk jockey and the posture and everything.
Mhm.
Go, just do it and even try for a month. There's, you can do trials. You can always change back on your plans. You can call them, tell them what you're thinking. And a lot of times when you call your cell phone company, they'll say, oh, well, we can just change this and this and your payments are still pretty similar.
Right.
I didn't realize that, but sometimes we were due an upgrade that was more data for less than what we were paying.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So check in on that. It's worth a phone call and try it out and realize the value that comes more into your life that is you won't foresee.
Right.
Yeah.
And never join the Chris Young cell phone plan. I
No.
found that out. It's just basically 2 tin cans and a string.
Yep. And the
Cheap.
string's actually got a knot in it, so you can't. Yeah, there's no communication. It's called the "I don't want to talk to you" plan. That's what that is. But at the end of the day, the best thing is if you can go from changing your scenery of your office to what you have right behind me.
That's right.
And you can. You can.
You easily can with modern technology the way it is, with all the products and services you can find at your local Camping World, your local Gander, from the Wi-Fi boosters to the internet to the satellite to the dishes, whatever you may need to help keep you connected on the road, you're going to be able to find. And our people are there to help walk you through the products that are going to be right for you. We've done research. Good Sam has tons of blogs on how to stay connected on the road, which campgrounds are good on the road.
Yep.
And then you got videos from people like Ian and myself helping you find those products and navigate the waters to make sure that when you do get out, you stay connected. But I think the best part of what this afternoon session has been the testimonials of not only can you do it,
Yep.
you can flourish doing it, and it can change your life and make you better people when you do it. Would that be a fair statement?
Yeah, there's a reason we're still doing it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you guys are about to do?
You about to tell me? I know that.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good because we got the ultimate
Yes, sir.
Olympics coming up next. Hang on.
We're waiting, Abby. We love camping because it gets us outside, and this is our playground. This is where we adventure, this is where we find inspiration, and this is what we love to do. It's a lifestyle for us.
We're here! In, honey?
We're out here in the beautiful Arizona desert getting off the beaten path.
So here's some of our best tips and tricks for off-grid camping. Off-grid camping means you're gonna wanna have all your essentials and necessities with you because you're not gonna have your amenities close by.
So you can never have too much water in the desert. Always make sure to top off the water supply before you hit the road.
Now you may not have cell reception when you're out here, so that means you're gonna wanna have some analog mapping. Bring an atlas in the RV or even just download a digital map right to your phone.
Oh, check this out.
Make sure to fill up on gas before you head out and bring an extra gas can just in case.
And you want to make sure you camp in areas where you can go play outside and do the things you love to do.
Whoa! Yeah!
Sunscreen's important anytime you're outside, but especially out here in the desert. So don't forget to use a high SPF and reapply often.
Always make sure to bring the tools to swap out a flat tire and make sure your spare tire is in great shape. In case of emergency, it's important to have a satellite communication device, especially when you're off-grid camping. Waterproof matches or a lighter are a must when you're out here to start a fire because when the sun goes down, it gets chilly.
As a professional makeup artist, camping allows me to get out into nature and always re-inspires my creativity.
It's the epicenter for adventure, and this here is a perfect base camp. Oh!
Oh, rookie
Hey.
mistake. Camping in an RV allows us to get out and experience something new and different on every trip.
We're super stoked for the next adventure.
How amazing is that?
Wow, looks pretty
Yeah.
good.
Hi, we're Mike and Jennifer Wendland, and here's our tips on how to stay connected on the road.
And 9-10 years ago, we bought a used Class B and started a blog. And lo and behold, it took off. People started to read it, and then we went to YouTube, and then we started the podcast, and we now have like about 750,000 people in our community that follow us. Now, we depend on the internet. We do all of our work from the internet. We're podcasters, we do videos, we do blogs, we send our photos in, and we could not work from the road if we didn't have internet connectivity. So it is important to stay connected, and it is so easy now. The first thing that we want to recommend to everybody, if it's that critical to you, is redundancy. And what that means is have another network that you can access the internet through. We use two networks. They're competing networks, but that way we're pretty sure that wherever we go, if one network has bad coverage, the other one almost always has good coverage. And that has saved us so many times in the past. I think of the time we were in the Florida Everglades and we had no internet connectivity, and I flipped on the other section, and bam, it was like 5 bars, and we had great connectivity. So have two systems. If it's that important to you, yes, you have to have two different accounts, but that's important. You also want to know that, be aware that some of the carriers will limit you in terms of how much data you can use. One of the big carriers will let you only use 15 gigabytes of data a month. The other one will let you use 20. So if you have redundancy, you can balance between those two, and you can end up with like 35 gigabytes of data that you can use, and that's enough for most of the most intensive use of RVers, and it's all because of redundancy. We also have different devices that we use. On the roof of our RV is the Connect 2 from Winegard. You can get it at Camping World. They've got it in all their stores, and you can find it online as well. It is a great system. It is a Wi-Fi booster. In other words, it will pick up Wi-Fi signals from a fairly long way away, and it will boost that signal and bring it into your RV. So you can use the campground Wi-Fi, or if you're in a public area, you can use the public Wi-Fi that's there as well. But besides that Winegard Connect 2 also has a 4G LTE antenna. So you will have good cellular internet connectivity too. That is our go-to device. We use it, it brings in the signal, and then it broadcasts our own like hotspot network inside our RV. But if that doesn't work, we also use a small Wi-Fi data card router system. These are available by all the major carriers, and we are so surprised at how well that works now. When we first started RVing 9 years ago, we never got connectivity. We had to have a cell phone booster, a little antenna on the roof to get it. Now the cell phone networks and all the providers have been built up. And do we ever run out of internet anywhere?
No, we don't.
Yeah, maybe in the most remote areas of Yellowstone National Park, yes, a couple of places. But having that MiFi card also works well. I just keep it on a counter in the RV, and probably 90% of the time, that's how we grab our internet. And the other thing is they have multiple devices. We travel, Jen and I both have a laptop, so we have two laptops. We have a tablet that is cellular enabled, and we have our two cell phones. So all of those devices can create their own Wi-Fi network. So if one breaks, then the other one will take over. And if the other one breaks, you still got a third one. We're on the road half to 3/4 of the time, and we always have internet connectivity now.
Because we couldn't go there, we couldn't be there if we didn't.
And in this age of the pandemic, when everybody is working remotely, that is probably the most important requirement that so many people have for their RV is internet connectivity. So again, our advice, have redundancy, different carriers, different devices, and you're good to go. So that is our RV pro tip on staying connected on the road.
And there are lots more RV pro tips from other influencers, so check them out.
is Kennedy. Jordan.
I'm Monet.
I'm James.
And we're going to share how RV camping has unlocked our family travel dreams. Kennedy is boss lady, as we call her, because she's always telling all of us what to do. And Jordan is our adventure junkie. Anything high in the sky, that's all her. So for us, family travel is just having uninterrupted family time. We're really just enjoying one another, discovering new things. One thing that RVing and camping will teach you when it comes to family travel is definitely patience with setting everything up and just being in such a close quarters all the time.
I need help, please.
It really teaches you how to work together as a family. Making lunch is easy. We can quickly make sandwiches and snacks whenever the kids get hungry. The RV is the perfect mobile kitchen.
When you go like it.
How many strawberries you want?
Maybe 5 if I'm 5. Who's ready for lunch? Me!
Right? So are we gonna go live on that island back there?
No.
Nah. Why not? You don't want to take a boat to school?
A unicorn.
So you rather ride a unicorn or a boat to school?
Unicorn. Sun! Hi, Sun.
Camping allows us to slow down while still having a great time. What are you gonna do? We love doing campfires in the evenings, making s'mores, and just relaxing.
Catch belted. Cheers!
We love to be silly and have fun, and the RV gives us a built-in dance floor. It gives a sense of home base no matter where you are.
Good night, Daddy.
We can put the kids to bed, come outside, enjoy a glass of wine, and reconnect after a long day, which is something we're not able to do at a hotel. It has really just sparked an amazing love for us, a different way for us to travel that we really enjoy.